Welcome back, Tamers, and it's time for the King's Court. So I know we've been gone for a little bit, been feeling a little under the weather for the past maybe a week and a half now. Excuse me. And we're back. So at the time of recording, Digimon Nationals has just wrapped up, happening. And yes, I have seen a deck list, and I am happy to report that 2 Machinedramon players got top 64. That's always hype. Always hype to see the deck go far. So I felt inspired the day of my locals, which was, again, yesterday, was the previous day, at the time of recording. And I decided to play Machinedramon. And also a friend who went to Nationals hooked it up with some alts, which you'll see in the deck. And we got first. So this is a first place updated locals Machinedramon deck profile. Woo! Few things to note. Again, sorry for the lack of uploads. This deck will be getting a distinctive power boost in the upcoming set. If you want to hear about my opinions on the cards coming in for the deck, there will be I did a video talking about that support. A link will be down below in the description box, so hey, feel free to give that video a watch too. See what you think about the new support if you're a Machinedramon player. And of course, since you're in the description box, why don't you go ahead and give a follow to our social medias? They'll also be there. Also, why not give a like, comment, and subscribe? Since you're already going to be down there checking it out, wouldn't hurt. And of course, guys, I guess question of the day being is, what was your take on Nationals? Did you like it? Did you like the fact that apparently the finals was Setcon versus Anubismon? Not my idea of what finals should have been. Honestly, in 100% retrospect here, I thought it was going to be Anubis and Red Hybrid. But obviously we were incorrect. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do the deck profile. You're going to notice it's going to be only slightly updated from the last one with a few different engines, and again, it's going to be changed recently. So, we still play 4 Doraemon Digitama. If you know what it does, if not, I will give a quick run through. Whenever you add a card to your sources, you draw 1. Really good. Honestly, you can go between this one or BT13. Oh, sorry if you hear a fan in the background. It's a little warm where we've been, so just having a little fresh air. Anyway, BT13 Doraemon is also good because you're going to have a huge stack a lot of the time, so having that draw is also good. And also one attacking, so I like how this is a little more passive, so. But again, I would say you can run with one. I might put that as a 5th egg, honestly. Now for our rookies. 4 copies of the boy Doraemon. As I said constantly, at least when it comes to Machinedramon, you do not care about a Tom play effect. You only care about the inheritable, which comes with Doraemon, is that when a card is added to your sources of this Digimon, you may gain 1 memory. Unless you're locked up by memory blockers, this usually triggers, will usually give you a memory back. This turns Machinedramon to a 2-cost Digivolution. It turns Chaosdramon to a 3-cost. So, yeah, I actually really like this. I like this a lot as a rookie. You'll see the other rookie, but right now I would say I probably would still play. I want to put back in Espimon just for that DP increase. But you'll see. And our other rookies, I took advice from a few people, and of course a list I think that was a few weeks ago, and decided to play 4 copies of the Digipolice Commandramon. So on play, you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 card with D-Brigade or Digipolice among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of your top or bottom. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump a little bit, because the next we do, of course, play 4 copies of Hi Commandramon. Hi Commandramon, hey, how you doing? So the reason you want this is for the protection effect. Both the rookie and the champion have the effect if you would leave the battle area by anything, except your own effect. So, security, bouncing, battle. You can delete a Commandramon instead. Well, yeah, no, excuse me. It deletes the D Brigade. Doesn't have to delete a Commandramon. It deletes the D Brigade. And since these both are D-Brigade, these will get deleted. Plus they're cyborg, so they can be trashed for Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. They can be added to your sources thanks to Machinedramon. They're pretty good cards. Now, the reason I like the protection, and it's going to sound weird, is Leviamon. If you've watched a recent video we did, Leviamon gets around Machinedramon and Chaosdramon's protection because of the ruling that since you are using their protection to prevent the first deletion, and in the same effect it's deleting you again, you cannot use it again. But full transparency, I don't like that ruling. It just seems like they could have just said, you can't. It's weird because to me it doesn't seem like they needed problem solving card text because it doesn't make sense. But whatever. So you put this on top in your field. You put one of these two, and as long as one of them is in the sources, you can prevent the deletion. And I understand. Wait, if Leviamon comes out against Machinedramon with this on the field, then you don't have to worry about it. True. But it also stops against, like, say, security effects. If you're worried about, say, security control or angels, you know, you're worried about them going into the Angemon. This you go put your Machinedramon to security. This stops that. 100% stops it. So, yeah. Two of my boy Gardramon. Haven't run this in the build in a long time, so it felt really good to put it back in. It's a blocker, it can attack, 2 cost Digivolve. It's fine. Oh, and of course we don't care about high Commandramons when attacking because it will realistically never come up. And then, of course, when attacking, inheritable, when you may trash Digimon card Machine or Cyborg, draw 2. Yeah, consistency. And we do play one more champion. And so, it's not Numon. Instead, it is Indeed. So, yeah, we're playing one copy of Mercurymon. Being able to Digivolve this card on top of a Tamer to swing for game is pretty good. Or, give something blocker. You can give this to, say, you can give blocker to, say, Death Axe. You can give it to Chaosdramon if he doesn't already have it. Give it to himself. You know, so much. Pretty good, honestly. So, and if you watched any of my Machinedramon deck profiles before, you know that we're now getting into the big part, which is the level 5s. So, let's start with the first ones, which I call the EX Gang, which is one copy of EX1 Andromon, one copy EX1 Machinedramon, and one copy of Metal Mamimon. I did see one of the nationalists. They were playing 2. I can see it. I'm not sure, but it's fine. So the reason I call them the EX1 trio is because they all have the same when digivolving effect. You reveal the top 3 cards to your deck. Add a level 6 deck. Not the other word, deck. I can't talk right now. Anyway, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 level 6 card from your machine and its traits to your hand. You trash the rest. So if you hit a Machinedramon and 2 more, and 2 level 5s, pretty good. Yes, I have hit Tamers. Yes, I have hit trainings. It sucks. And their inheritables, so that's all their effects. Their inheritables are Andromon gives you blocker, Machinedramon gives you reboot, and Metal Mamimon lets you pop a play cost 5 or less. Now, this can matter in the Shine Greymon matchup, which is probably why I think he did run 2. Because if you swing, and they have, say, the Marcus blocker, you can swing, and then this will pop the Marcus because it says play cost 5, not level. So, yeah, that's the EX3 trio, or EX1 trio. Then our other level 7s are EX4 Metal Greymon, EX1 Metal Greymon, and starter deck 15 Andromon. So, blocker, and when digivolving, you don't care about the Garurumon effect. You just have it's a blocker because you need it for chump blockers. Metal Greymon with Gardramon is actually surprisingly pretty nutty. Because you can, on attack a player, you can pop a 4K, and then you can discard draw 2, and then give piercing if you have Machine or Dragonkin. And, of course, Andromon is on Digivolving, Digivolve 1, and then reboot. So pretty good, honestly. Like, I like this. So we have another case of reboot blocker. Yeah. Sorry, trying to grab something and not have it fall. Alright. One copy of BT6 Gigadramon. I might also put in a copy of Megadramon, the BT6 that also gives 2k during your turn. Because this card is also treated as red and the other one is also treated as black, which is kind of funny because that means technically they're multicolored. Without being multicolored, I guess. And then during your opponent's turn, it gains 2k, so this puts your Machinedramons at 13, Chaos at 14, and Chaos X at 15k. And I'll explain matchups after the deck profile, where sometimes they matter. 2 copies of BT8 Metal Greymon. Ooh, I might get one more of this. This was really good. Oh yeah, so here's the alts, and you saw the Andromon. Thank you to channel members Cbit, C, or I'm gonna call you. You are my bro. Thank you for this. I know I owe you, but still, thank you. You still give me probably one of the hardest matchups in the deck, at least what I think it is. Anyway, so BT8 Metal Greymon, when digivolving, you digivolve and you pop a 3k. Pretty good, and then you can, as long as you have Machine or Dragon Kid in the traits, you can attack unsuspended, but since all your level 6s are Machine, you're doing it anyway. 1 star at 15 Metal Greymon. This is for your security attack +1. You can hit hard. It's a blocker, so we have a lot of blockers, which is pretty cool. And then security attack +1. With your piercing, you're doing some checks. 1 BT9 Megadramon. This says nukes your tamer. This nukes 3-cost Digimon. Pretty good, and you don't need it as much as you used to. I mean, okay, so against, like, say, Fenrir Luga, this can help out, because this can get rid of the AGs, and they have to re-get it back. But, or I guess sort of analog use, so, something like that. 2 copies of BT11 Metal Tyrannomon. The one digivolving in on play is actually pretty decent. You can suspend something, and then for each of your green and black tamers, you suspend something, and then they can't unsuspend it, so that's pretty cool. And then when you delete something in battle, trash top your opponent's security. So, in the weird scenario that you have a Chaos X with this, the piercing, security attack +1 Metal Greymon, and you hit into something that you crash with, let's say 13k. Depending on how you do your sources, so, and you have more sources enough, you can trigger the trash the top, so you'll trash the top for Chaosdramon X, because that's what Chaosdramon X does, I'll get to that in a second. You trash the top for this, because you're triggering the deletion in battle, so that's 2 security out. And you get the security attack +1 plus piercing, that's 4 cards off the security. If you have the other one in there, you've basically gone through all 5 of your opponent's security. But I would probably do another video talking about future cards and I'll probably do another Machinedramon mechanic to talk about how I'm excited for the Terriermon starter deck because of the Rapid Mod that has the exact same effect here and it's a cyborg, which means you can consistently get that effect off. And our last level 5 is the OG BT1 Secret Rare Metal Greymon. You will never attack with this. Very rarely will this card ever come out. I can tell you right now, the only time it's ever done so is when I got Digivolved on top from it. Because I play sources. But other than that, you only care for the 3k DP, which makes your Machinedramons 14, Chaos 15, and Chaos X 16. Excuse me. Alright, on to our level 6s. 2 copies of BT11 Machinedramon. I'm half and half. I like the ratio of BT11 Machinedramon because on player when devolving, which means you're at 1 memory, you can play this. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 analog man among them from your hand, and add 1 card with cyborg or machine either to your hand or place it underneath the bottom, and you trash the rest. So you're getting a free mill. And then on deletion, when it's deleted, you can place an analog man to the bottom of the deck and play a Machinedramon from your hand while playing its cost. You can play this, so you can go this into this, and it's fine. It gets even more, which helps you kind of advance your speed a little bit. But, of course, if you know by now, you know it by now, the real card you go into off of that is EX1 Machinedramon. And again, thank you C for the alt art. So on play, you look at the top, you place up to 5, red or black, level 5 with Cyborg and their traits, different card numbers to your hand, on your hand or trash, underneath them to gain 1 memory for each one placed. So that's why if you notice, all of our level 5s do have Cyborg in their traits. None of them are machine, they're all Cyborg. Yeah, they're all Cyborg. All the level 5s are Cyborg. So you place 5 underneath with different card numbers, and if you didn't know, there's an errata because it does not say level 5 on this, but it has to be level 5. All turns, the DP can be reduced. Decent in the Shine Gray and Satcom matchup. And then when this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash 2 level 5 cards in the deleted sources. You may trash 2 level 5s to prevent its deletion. You can do it 2 times, and then you're out of protections. But when this guy's used up, you just go into Bigger Daddy. You go into Chaosdramon. 3 of it. And honestly, for my testing, I don't like this ratio. I would much prefer to have 4. I might adjust it to 4, but I'll see. I might cut Machine EX1 down to 2 to play 4 of this, because honestly, having 4 Chaosdramon just helps out so much, because this is a good Digivolve from level 5. This is just good. In most cases, this is just a good card to play. Being able to, on Digivolve in one play, place 3 red or black level 5s with different card numbers underneath, hand or trash, to Digivolve 1 for each one on one of your opponent's Digimon. This isn't a field wipe, it is a, basically think Ultimate Flare. And then all turns, if you would be you'd be deleted or returned to hand or deck, you may trash 2 cards, prevent it from leaving play. Pretty good. And of course, when all else fails, bring in the biggest daddy, Chaosdramon X. So you Digivolve for 2 on top of any Machinedramon or Chaosdramon. Oh, Chaosdramon is a 1 cost off of Machinedramon. So start of the main phase, you can place 1 Digimon card with Cyborg or Machine in your traits, in their trash, in the bottom of this card's different sources. So if you don't have Machinedramon, you can tuck it under there. Now he can have his DP reduced. If you Digivolve on top of Machinedramon, and you don't have Chaosdramon, you can tuck him underneath, and you have both protections. You also can put... now, his other effect is that his all turns, he copies all the effects of the Machinedramon and Chaosdramon that are underneath him. So the way that works is that when you Digivolve on top of him, he is now triggering their Digivolution card. So you can trigger Machinedramon and Chaosdramons when Digivolvings. You can, because they gain them. And then once per turn, when this card will be deleted, trash the top of your opponent's security. So, remember when I said you need 2 protections? If you're playing this against Leviathan, he's the only card on field. This is the way you get around it, because Chaos X can put both Machinedramon and Chaosdramon underneath, and it can save itself. It will require basically getting rid of 4 sources, which means if you did it correctly, you have to, if you put 8, because of, say you on play Machinedramon, tuck, then you go Chaosdramon, tuck, you're at 8. Yeah. Then you do this, tuck again, you're at 11. You have 7 sources, but Jesus. And again, you don't really get that ever that often, but it's pretty nutty. I mentioned it earlier, and then if all else fails, you just drop Death X. Honestly, you drop Death X. Death X is Death X. For each, it's 20 cost, so unless you're at 10, you're never going to hard drop it. But who cares about that? Because when you play this card, if your opponent has, for every Tamer and Digimon they have in play, reduce the cost by 3. So if they have 4 Tamers, 3 Digimon, or 3 Digimon, 4 Digimon, 3 Tamers, that's 7. That's 21. This is a free cost. And you can Digivolve on top of it. You can Digivolve forward, but why would you? And so I'll play, and when Digivolving, it will Digivolve 1 everything on your opponent's field, and then it will wipe all play costs level 4 or lower underneath. And then, end of your opponent's turn, it will delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. Which means against, like, say, Mark, against the Shine Greymon, they had the level 5, that's a blocker. This will delete it because it says play cost, not level. Also, I do need to bring this up. I had this little scenario happen at my local, so I'll bring this other link up. Just so we're clear. So, we have BT11 Machinedramon. And I enter with this is the only card on my field. Or I pass my 1-1. This card gets deleted. So far, so good, right? End of turn. I play EX1 Machinedramon. Put the 5 sources underneath. Then, continue my turn, end on something else. My opponent was not sure, do they get Death X's effect again? No, they don't, because Death X is a once per turn, and you trigger the Death X's effect at the first time it has a chance. So, and there's nothing on my opponent, it's just to make sure we all know. So yeah, Death X will only trigger once per turn. Alright, let's go Tamers. And of course, 3 copies of Analog Man. Again, thank you, C-Bit, for the event pack one. Pretty much the best Tamer this deck has. We are getting another copy, another good card of it. Or another, basically, Analog Man, almost-esque card coming in the next set. In fact, you know, I might just do another video talking about the sport and how the deck can go. I might talk about that in the coming days, just because I feel like if that video is kind of a little outdated. But no, let me know what you guys think. Would you guys want me to do another kind of a more streamlined video of what support's coming for the deck? So anyway, you know, let me know. So starting your main phase, trash level 5 with Cyborg, draw 1, gain a memory. Can't be blocked in terms of memory gain, because I have had people who drop a memory blocker thinking they can block it. Nope, because it's a Tamer. And then opponent's turn, when you are attacked as a player, you can suspend this to turn the card to a level 6. Make the attack to a level 6 Digimon with Machine the traits, so this goes to your Machinedramons. This can trigger the BT11 Machinedramon to delete itself, get itself deleted. You tuck this, and you play it out. So you usually want to use that effect to attack this. You know, you get it. You got it. I know you guys got it. Once started at Taikamiya. If you have 2 or fewer memories, that's you to 3. So this means you basically can go to 7 at most. Or no, you go to 6 with the Analog Men. Then all turns when an attack target is switched by suspending this Tamer, draw 1, and when your Digimon gets 2k to the end of the turn. I love using this on defense more than I do offense, just because of being able to make your bigger stacks bigger. And honestly, your opponent doesn't block that often. Option cards. 2 copies of Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon. If you know, you know, and you know who you are, this card is not going to get hit. I'm sorry. You may trash 1 card with Cyborg and Machine your traits to give all your level 6s on play Rush. Or no, they will gain Rush. And then they gain on play, they have a source Blitz. So if you're able to then play, say, Machinedramon, yada yada, you got it. That's pretty much what the card does. I know one of my friends was taking this in Leomon, so pretty good. 2 Kongu. This can lock out Fenrir, Luga, and Marcus pretty quickly. And I mean that because since it stops your opponent from adding cards to security by effects, and then Digimon can't be play cost everyone else cannot attack. And since it says play cost, it doesn't really hit. Again, it keeps Marcus from swinging, and in Fenrir Lugamon, it stops them from being able to attack and to Digivolve during that turn. So it's pretty good, honestly. And yeah, I have a top 4 one. I might put my one from Alpha in here, just because I know I have one for Alpha. The gold one. And then finally, 2 copies of Defense Training. This could be boosted up, and I might boost it up. So you all know the training cards do. Reveal top, add 1 black card among them to hand, put the rest to the bottom, and then delay. When you Digivolve, reduce cost by 2. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. It's pretty much been standard, at least what I've been running for a while now. But that's kind of what's been going on. So, okay, quickly, I'll just start off with the matchups. It was 3 rounds. We didn't have a big tournament, but it was nice to have a tournament after all my friends who had been gone. We didn't go last week to our locals because of everyone was at nationals, so all work's been around. So, round 1, I played against Gallantmon, and Gallantmon, I'd say, is a very hard matchup for Gallantmon against his deck because you can't get deleted. You're constantly popping their play cost 3 Takado, which basically seals the deck of not having a good time. And you're de-digivolving, which is already kind of a problem for them. And I got that 2-0. I played round 2 was against channel member C-Bit, and his Doricmon deck, but one game he messed up the attack order. Another game he did not see pieces quick enough. Tis unfortunate. Now, I mean attack order is that he could have attacked with all the little guys first and then dropped the Gallant, which is what he was planning to do. But he attacked with Gallant first. I made the attack go to Machinedramon. It got popped. BT11 Machinedramon swapped out into EX1 and robbed him of 5 memory. No, 4 memory. And because that happened, he couldn't drop anything else, so he conceded because there was no way he was surviving the next turn. Round 3, I played against Balestar, which was pretty interesting, pretty fun to play against, honestly. It can be annoying, but every deck can be annoying. This deck can be annoying to people I know. Game 1 went pretty good, except for the fact... Okay, Game 1 I didn't open up the greatest, and I had to attack the Heavy Mobile Digimon for Machinedramon, leaving me at 1 card in hand, because I'd used everything in hand. And ironically enough, that got me the game. Game 2, I went back and forth. He got me low security. I Kongu'd so he couldn't attack much. And then put him down to 1 memory. He bought out a Balestar to Howling Crusher the Swords of my Chaosdramon X. Wait, did he have a blue source for that? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway. So Chaos X, I put the card underneath. And I had analog ban, so it didn't matter at this point. I put the Metal Grim Secure Deck +1 underneath. And I had Doricmon out. So I swung for 2 checks. And the reason I say it didn't matter is because unless Chaosdramon X got bounced. So if Chaosdramon X will get deleted, I will trash the top of his security and Doricmon swings free. So either if Chaosdramon X would have gotten bounced, that would have been the best scenario. Or the first, or it's a card that will delete the Doricmon. But again, in my hand, it didn't matter because in my hand we had Tag Heavy Mobile, either Chaosdramon and a Machinedramon, and we had Hybrid. So we were winning that game anyway, so we won our tournament 3-0. Let's go, baby. But yeah, so that was Machinedramon, guys. It's been the favorite deck to play. Let me know what you guys think down below. Of course, ask, do I want to do all these effects for you? I will. If you guys want to see a video where I talk about the upcoming cards that I want to talk about coming for this deck, leave it down below. And of course, I'm Michael of the Golden State Kings. Been a pleasure having you guys. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.